The Roblox DOORS Archives teaser trailer just released, and in this video, I'm going to be dissecting the entire trailer and possibly revealing some details you may have missed. So, if you enjoy these long-form videos and want to see more of them, make sure to like and subscribe. And now, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, this new trailer first begins with the DOORS logo, followed by the L-Splash logo, before then warning us with an epilepsy warning, which should also serve as a warning to you if you have epilepsy. But if you don't, let's continue forward. The trailer opens with a CRT TV glitching out, and this is where we see our first anomaly. As the camera zooms out from the TV, we get a glimpse of what seems to be some sort of human-like figure passing in front of it. I suspect this figure is most likely the person who inserted the VHS tape into the VCR, because right after the figure passes by, the screen cuts to blue before it starts playing a video. After that, the screen cuts to the footage on the TV. In this tape, we see a protagonist inside the archives. They open a door, which leads them into a massive room. And one detail I like to point out is just how huge this room is. It honestly looks almost as big as the library, which is insane. Either way, the protagonist then zooms into what seems to be a whiteboard with some drawings on it. And believe it or not, thanks to this link here, we can actually see these drawings much more clearly. Examining this drawing, we can see a few black boxes leading towards some sort of eye symbol, which makes me think this might be a map leading towards a boss fight, with the eye possibly representing the final encounter. But other than that, I honestly don't see much else we can make out from this drawing. So let's continue forward. The protagonist then shows a photocopier, or maybe a printer, printing out some papers before zooming out to show the entire room. The protagonist then takes a few steps forward, but is abruptly cut out by this creature here. Its face is blacked out, yet it still looks strangely human, which I find really fascinating. But whatever this creature is, it clearly did not like the protagonist being there, as the clip immediately cuts to the protagonist backing away from a door, most likely implying the creature is behind him. He then turns away from the door, spots another one, and sprints towards it. As he approaches, we can clearly see the label on top of the door, which reads C48. Now, I'd like to pause the video here and mention something important about the rooms. If you played the rooms before, you know that the room numbers usually start with the letter A before the actual number. But in this trailer, we clearly see a room title starting with the letter C instead. And you might be asking me, why is that? Well, I think this could mean the rooms are going to start having multiple different paths we can traverse. Let me explain. In the current room subfloor, there's only one path to go through, which is labeled from A1 all the way to A-1000. But in this trailer, since we're seeing rooms labeled with completely different letters, combined with the fact that the archives themselves seem absolutely massive, this could mean we can have up to 26 unique paths through the rooms. I mean, think about it. Each path could be represented by a different letter, running from A to Z, while all eventually leading to the 1000th room. And that also opens up the possibility of fake paths, which I'll be talking about more in just a few minutes. In fact, my theory about these different paths is actually supported by that whiteboard drawing we saw earlier. It appears to show two separate paths eventually joining together at the end, leading toward what could be the boss fight in the 1000th room. So now, let me know what you think about this theory down below. But alright, that's enough talking. Let's continue with the trailer. The clip then cuts to a protagonist standing on an elevator, looking toward the door here. Now, I'm just going to assume this is the same door labeled C48, and that a protagonist decided to go through it. The protagonist then steps off the escalator and reveals what's in front of him, a doorway completely covered in these strange blue flowers and stems. He walks up close to one of those flowers, and oddly enough, it almost seems like it has eyes inside of it. He touches one of the flowers before immediately jolting back. He then hears some sort of noise behind him and quickly turns around to look, but after turning back, he starts trying to pry through the plants before the clip suddenly cuts and ends. Now, a fun fact I'd like to mention is that these blue flowers are actually real plants called forget-me-nots, and even though they might seem like simple decoration in the archives, these flowers mean a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Forget-me-nots, as suggested by the name, literally mean don't forget me in modern English. Throughout history, these flowers have been heavily associated with memory, remembrance, lost people, and the past. Which is really interesting because just a few seconds later, we see that the tagline for the archives is, "A place where forgotten memories go." All of this honestly makes me think that these flowers could symbolize forgotten memories sealed behind this door, or maybe memories that refuse to stay forgotten, which could explain why these memories came into the archives to live on forever. And since this door doesn't actually seem to open, this could mean this is one of those fake paths I mentioned earlier. And that was the entire archives trailer dissected. And as I said before, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.